So Naruto Storm Connections finally drops this Friday, and I can't wait to get my hands on the game. I finally have another reason to look up Rule 34 of Hinata. So in today's video, I'm going to be letting you guys know, for OGs or even the new Stormcomers, what things have changed that I feel as though should be touched on before we get into the new game drop. Let's get into it. The first one of the major changes that I'll be bringing to you guys is that every character now has 2 jutsus. In Storm 4, we did have a tilt system and a jutsu system, as to where you would just hit triangle circle or triangle circle for either your main jutsu or your ultimate jutsu, and then you would use your tilt by flicking the stick forward and then pressing circle. But now in Storm Connections, we are given the liberty of having 2 different jutsus, and since we do have 2 different jutsus for each character, some characters have had their tilt switch. Now I say that this will probably be a pretty good change just due to the fact that I know a lot of newcomers, especially with Storm 4, would struggle a lot with trying to put tilts into their combos or anything of that sort. So I really do like this change. Next big change, or more of a quality of life change I would say, is that every character has the ability to choose their ultimates and or their jutsus. In Storm 4, we were stuck with the option of whoever your point character was, that's the only person you got to choose a jutsu for. But now when you're selecting characters, you can choose it for everyone, which I really do enjoy. And probably one of my favorite changes, especially for you Switch Tech little sweats, okay? Go take a shower! Anyways, my fault. But switching now uses chakra. So in Storm 4, Switch Tech was probably one of the biggest mechanics I feel like a lot of Sweats would learn. You could always have good mechanics, but when it came across like Switch Tech in general, you were getting clapped if you didn't know what you were doing against it. So with switching now costing chakra, I feel like that's a big change, just because it will change up a lot of people's play styles. Next up is now that all jutsus have a different amount of chakra. Listen. I find that to be something cool. It did take me a little bit of digging to like figure it out, and then somebody finally posted a clip on Twitter. Thank you, I appreciate you. But you could see them calling in Obito and maybe like a few other characters, and seeing that the jutsu between, I believe it was Ashura or whoever, Obito's fireball, I believe costed more or less. It was one of the two. But with all jutsus now having different amounts of chakra, I feel like it's really gonna cause people to truly watch their chakra game. Now, the next tip I do want to bring up, I feel like is going to also be a big game changer, especially with making the game a little bit more aggressive. Guards now break a lot easier. Even though guards do break a lot easier, you recover a lot faster. There's no more, oh, you can break a guard and then just pop an ultimate jutsu. There's nothing like that of the sort. But I truly think it's a good little change that they added to the game, just because in Storm 4, I may not have been the best, but it felt like guards lasted forever. Am I the only one who thought that? Because like I'd be sitting there and I'm tapping and nothing. So I do feel like a nice little quality of life change would be that, you know, guards break a little bit faster. That does make me really happy, but they do return a lot faster. I feel like this isn't really a point, but I felt like I should have been added. Item customization is back. You can unlock anything from playing things like the story mode or the history mode. Well, it's not really a true story mode. It's more of the special story where we focus on Boruto and it's like in a game or whatever, yada, yada, yada. You feel me? You picking up what I'm putting down. They do have a shop where you can also spend Rio that you would gain from your matches, in which allows you to also buy items. Now, another point that I felt like should have been brought up is the fact that there's now 2 different control schemes. I actually really like this one, even though I'm still going to be staying on the OG mode, which is going to be the same exact controls as Storm 4 in the previous Storm games. But for the newcomers, I feel like it's gonna make it a lot easier. Now this was huge. Let me tell you, because I hated respawning after a round and my health is at like 1 HP. We now have health that resets and assist gauges that reset, which I really like. But I'll also throw in here that chakra now also regens slowly. Now, obviously, anytime you're going to be using either a chakra dash, jutsus, or whatever it may be, of course, it's going to diminish your chakra a little bit. But if you don't use chakra over time, it will regen. But back to the whole health and assist refill. That was a huge update, yo, and I'm telling you, I'm loving it. Do you know how nice that is? It make me feel fuzzy inside. It make me feel like Bandai's listening. Thank you. Another huge change and or tip, I would say. Counters now don't blow you back when you use them. And they don't shorten your chakra gauge. Round of applause. Round of applause. Listen, this opens up so much opportunity for combos. It's absolutely insane. In Storm 4, obviously you would use a counter to kind of sort of blow back your opponent and use it to have a moment in which you can refill your chakra reserves. But now it's just straight hands after a counter. And I'd probably say the last point that I do want to touch upon for this video is that items are now infinite, but they are put on a cooldown. Stay with me. In previous Storm games, we a lot of the time would have items in which we would need to manage throughout the whole match. It'd probably be like, you know, 2 of the ceiling tag balls or 2 of the exploding tags, you know, whatever you chose to run for your loadout. But now in connections, every time you use it, it's put on about, I'd probably say a good 15 to 30 second timer. And I actually really like that. But that will be it for this video. I appreciate y'all Tenzen Army for rocking with me, or for anybody that's new. What's good with you? How you doing? Guys, should subscribe. You feel me? But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to eat, sleep, drink, look up Rule 34 Hinata. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'ma need a number like I need a date. I'ma fuck that bitch, I don't even say. She rock bands, but I top the goggles. Flipping off reds and kickbox and lagos. I'ma need a number like I need a date.